Good morning and welcome to Prince of Peace Episcopal Church. This morning we have a special guest that I'm going to interview for a few minutes. I'd like to introduce you to Chuck Collier. Chuck is the interim pastor at St. Simon's in San Fernando, which is the congregation that we have decided to share our Lent and Easter offerings with. And I just wanted you to know a little bit about St. Simon's, perhaps a little bit about Chuck as well, if you'd like to share that, and so that you can get to know what it is that you're supporting and perhaps the needs that are really there in the community of St. Simon's. I want to also let you know that a family in the congregation has offered to match our congregational giving, whatever giving you give. So if you give $1, that's $2. And so I encourage you to be generous in your giving this Lenten and Easter season. But first, Chuck, welcome to Prince of Peace.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Nice to have you here. And I got to tell a story. We're sitting in my office, and all of a sudden the phone rings, and the nice lady on the other end says, in Spanish, "Hablo español," and I know enough just to get in trouble. And so I handed the phone to Chuck, who took care of this wonderful woman's needs, had 3 children and food needs, and thank you for being in ministry here to Prince of Peace right away.
Well, you put me to work immediately.
Put you to work right away. It's very much appreciated. I have a couple of questions I'd just like to ask, and we're kind of insulated in some ways here at Prince of Peace from the pandemic, where often our people have had to work at home. Most people have kept their jobs. Yes. Most people haven't had the economic challenges that numbers of people have faced in Los Angeles. And I'd just like to find out from you what the situation is with your congregation, the people in your community there at St. Simon's, how the pandemic has affected you.
Well, it has affected our community in many ways. For one, many of our people have contacted COVID, and their entire families. I didn't know about all of it because a lot of people who have COVID don't want it known. But our community has workers, of course, and they lost their jobs, and they had almost no food and couldn't pay the rent. So this has been a challenge for us in the church to try to supplement what they need, and it still is a challenge.
Well, we're glad we can help in any way that we can.
Thank you for inviting us to this wonderful thing.
Great. I know that Debbie with the food pantry is beginning to hook you up with some resources for some food resources.
Yes, very nice.
That is very exciting for us. When we have food, we want to share it. So
well, we're ready, and we have plenty of people in need of food right now.
Yeah. I guess my last question is, in the midst of difficult times, where do you and the community of St. Simon's find hope?
That's a good question, and I really need to reflect on that a little bit. Hope is not always something that is easy to find, particularly in the dark period that we're in. I certainly believe that being a community suffering together is part of looking for hope. And in our worship and in our word and sacrament ministry, this is where we find hope, and in helping one another. Working together as a team.
Chuck, absolutely appreciate you being here at Prince of Peace, giving me a chance to introduce you and the ministries at St. Simon's to our community, and wish you all the blessings in your ministry.
Thank you.
Throughout this Lenten season, and in Easter joy and hope.
And likewise, then thank you to Prince of Peace and this wonderful community that has taken us under your wing. Thank you so much.
Blessings, my brother.